Alright, it's Friday night, got the weekend off. And I've just been out here playing with the car. I did some sound deadening on the boot lid. And I just had a play with the stereo, so I'm getting used to it being here now in the front, being this size. And I'm actually fucking loving it. It's pretty awesome. The quality of sound that come out of this compared to how I had everything set exactly the same. I haven't changed any amp settings or anything, and just putting this head unit in, the music sounded much louder and much cleaner. It's weird, just from changing the head unit. Yeah, it's putting out a really nice sound. When I bought this, it said that it was Androi13. It wasn't. It had Androi12 on the system, but you can just do an over-the-air update on it to upgrade. So I'm doing that now before I go ahead and get too many apps installed, because upgrading to 13, I don't have Android. I use an iPhone, so I'm not familiar with Android. So I don't know if I'm going to lose some apps or anything. So I thought I'll update now, and then what I can get for 13 I'll get. What I lose, I'll lose. So well. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a run through the stereo and just show some of the things it can do. So we'll wait for it to download the update and we'll check it out. Alright, it's just about finished updating, so we'll see what it does. See if it installs it quickly. It's got 6 gig of RAM in it, this, so it's decent for a little stereo, that's for sure. I'll just turn some of the brightness down. Alright, so we're going to update now. Device will restart into the update mode. The whole process will last a few minutes. Alright, let's see what happens. So it's just doing this screen. So it's, yeah, it might take a while, I guess, just like a phone. So yeah, we'll come back when it's a bit closer to finishing the update. Alright, that took a few minutes. I went inside and got a drink, came out, and it's on this screen here. System upgrade is completed. Does the immediate restart take effect? So we'll just go okay. Let's see what happens. This is in real time as well, so just see what it does. Cool. Try and turn the brightness down on my phone. That might be a bit better. Alright, we're booting up. So you can also change this boot logo to any logo you want. I just haven't put any on here. They used to have them on them from factory, but because of copyright reasons, they've taken them off. But it's really easy to put your own ones on. You can put the Ford one on there or whatever you like. I'm assuming this has taken this long because it's its first boot since the update. I'm just hoping it hasn't changed too much of the home screen or anything that I've downloaded. I guess we'll soon find out. Fuck off. There we go. Congratulations, upgrade success. I'll just turn my park lights on so I get the keys to work. Well, the music I had on already has jumped straight back in, so we'll just acknowledge that. Alright, let's check the home menu. So we'll get out of this. Oops. Yeah. That looks the same. All my radio stations are still there. They're all still set. Yeah, I don't think I've lost anything. Still got Netflix, YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, it's all still there. Let's see if the Agama works still. Yep. So I downloaded this launcher. This is pretty sick. You can actually have this from boot up. So if you use this, if you just leave it on, it'll boot up with this launcher from when you turn the key on. Yeah, and you can access everything from here, from this little swipe menu. Oops. And it's not normally laggy. It did lag just then actually, so we'll check that again. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. I'd say it might need a what I'll do is I'll turn it off and I'll restart it. So it'll probably help it. Just turned it off, giving it a few seconds to actually shut down. So I'll turn it back on. That's how quick it comes on instantly. Now I've set it, well I did, yeah, so it does. So with this you can actually set like a boot volume. So you can go into the medding, So you can go into the settings and change the volume to be at a certain level for any time you turn the key on, which is handy because I usually, when I've got the music cranking, I forget to turn it down, and when I turn the key back on it can blast back in. But with this setting I've put it on volume 5, so whenever you turn the car off, the stereo will only start back up on volume 5, so that's a pretty cool little feature. It's all those little sort of things that make it what it is, I guess. It's got a much less of a detailed DSP than the other one, although the sound that comes out of this is fucking so much cleaner and louder. Also, you can go into the settings and turn down the gain for the amplifier. So if it's too loud, you can go in and actually turn the amp down so you can get more volume out of the stereo itself. But it just sort of took away the feel, I thought. I've tested that and I just prefer it how it is. So a quick little run through. Yeah, it's basically just like a tablet. I've installed chess on it. YouTube's already on it. Waze I downloaded, I think. Yeah, I did download Waze. Downloaded Spotify. I've got a APK for that. I've downloaded a Super Nintendo player, a Nintendo player, so you can play games on here. If you've got a PlayStation 4 controller, you can just plug it in via USB, and it'll work straight away. I haven't got a controller in here. I took it back inside, so I won't show you that, but it can do it. Also downloaded this cool music player. Righto, so it's sort of like we're starting all these again, so we'll go allow. So this thing's awesome. You can play it picks up all your music. So we'll put on a song. Let's say go with War Sepultura. Close that. So that's how it plays. It'll play a turn it up a bit. It'll pick a background to suit the album, whatever album you've got, and to swap through your songs you just scroll this way, which is pretty cool. And if you want the lyrics to the song, you just touch the screen and you can find them online. So you just go search online, it'll find them this quick. So it's found the lyrics, you can save them, and that's it. Now they're on the screen. It doesn't scroll through them, but you can just scroll and yeah, all the lyrics are there. And you can do that with any song and they'll be there anytime you play that song once you've saved them. Obviously that's going to add to storage over time, so yeah, it's just one thing to keep in mind, but a cool little feature that it can do. And you can also switch to your music videos on this player. So I've just got to allow all this again because of the update. So these are all the videos on this SD card that I've got. So we'll chuck one on. And this is all real time. This is how quick it boots. Not sure if it'll pick it up, but the sound is nice and clean. And the picture is really sharp too. It can play go back. Yeah, so you can use this player or the default one, so the one that's default that comes on the stereo, so that's an app. You've also got just your basic player, which is just this one. This is the one that comes on the stereo from factory. And so for this one, for when you're reading your music off the SD card on this one, you've got to put your SD card into the GPS slot. So it's a little bit slow, I must admit, although it's picked it up this time. Yeah, flashes the factory storage on the unit itself, but our music's on the GPS. So we've got to, it'll load them all up, and then once they're loaded, they sort of stay there, which is good. So it's just reading all the files on the USB, SD card, sorry. So there they are. So they're all in alphabetical order. You can see it scrolling pretty quick, pretty responsive. It's really just like a phone. So we'll just pick something to play. I'll just show you how it works. We'll pick, I don't know. We'll go with some corn. Follow the leader. And then if you want to get to the actual album, you can swipe to the left. So swipe that across. So there's all your songs on the album. So the first song on this album's there. It's really quick. And if you want to go back to all the other albums, just swipe that to the left again. It's fucking awesome. I'm loving it. Pretty cool. Now when I originally got the smaller 7-inch version, it was either go that way or get one of the Kayhan or whatever they're called units. I'm just not a fan of how the Kayhan look with that little, they got a little pocket down the bottom and some fairly cheap looking buttons along the bottom of the fascia, which I wasn't really a fan of. I've seen people say these ones look stupid, the AERPRO ones, because they're set to the left, but to be honest, and I'm not just saying it because I've got it, but once it's in the car, you don't even notice it. The only thing I hate about it is the white lights, but it matches everything else I've got, so that's what it is, I guess. Obviously with this stereo you can change quite a few things, so you can go in and change the buttons on the sides here to blue or whatever color you want. I've just got them to white to match everything else. I'll just go through the settings just quickly. So it's got just Wi-Fi settings connected to the house at the moment, and it's really good. So with the Wi-Fi, the small one I had in here would not drop out, but when you would turn the car off and turn back on, you would have to reconnect to any Wi-Fi source. You'd have to physically go in and search the Wi-Fi again. It would connect straight away, but you just had to do it. Whereas this one, you turn the key on and it searches Wi-Fi by itself, which is pretty cool. So you've got your LED colours here for the side, so you can just pick whatever you like. They're the dark blue, they look light blue through the camera, but they're dark. You can go any colour you want, orange, red, pink, yellow, gay pride, whatever you like. So we'll go back to white just to match everything else. Yeah, there's a lot of settings. All your steering wheel controls real easy to set up. So it's easy, you just press a key on your steering wheel and then this will come up with an option. So I'll just do it here quickly. So I've just pressed the key, so that's the one I'm already using. And then you just pick a corresponding action for it to take. And yeah, you can just press save and that's it. Pretty easy to do. Real simple. So that takes you to your amplifier, which we've looked at. Navigation, you just choose what you want. You got a whole bunch of like extra settings. If you click on the factory settings, put in the code. There's a code 126. You can go in and change some things that are like hidden in the background. And this one, so the boot logo is here. So that's the factory Eonon one. So if you want your own, you just click user, pick the icon from, you'll have to put them on your SD card, and just pick them from the card, but I don't have any on there at the moment. I'm happy with just running that because yeah, it loads up quick, and yeah, I might put a forward one on it eventually, but for the moment I'm just running it how it is. You got to pick your radio location. It was already set to, I think it was on America. So yeah, if you get one of these, go in and check that, set that to where it should be. It's just voice instructions for any of the options. We don't have CAN bus, so we're not worried about that. That's your button, like touch response for the parts of the screen. Don't touch that. That's the screen color. It's fully adjustable. If you know what you're doing, you can have a play with that, but if not, you just leave it. But this is where some functions are. So yeah, you got brightness here to be controlled by the headlights. So when you turn your headlights on, it goes to like dark mode. You got a front camera option. You can reverse the reverse camera picture, so flip it over. Yeah, just a few extra little options there to go through. The one here was the amp volume, so you can turn that down. So your amp is a little bit less volume than it would be normally, I guess. You can choose to have your car voltage displayed at the top of the screen. So I've got that on, which is very handy, especially with the car stereo. It'll give you a heads up if you're going to go flat, because I sometimes sit in the car, have lunch when I'm at work, and listen to the stereo. So you can keep an eye on your voltage, which is handy. Yeah, pretty cool. Get out of that. There's a lot more you can sort of play with, but we'll have a look. It's got, so I'll just show you how fast YouTube is. I watch a lot of music videos on YouTube. So we'll load that up. And that's quick, that's it. It's got like a swipe down menu, so you've got your basic options, internet and volume, shit like that, just from swiping down. We can go back to that other app that we had playing in the background. So good, eh? It's just like a phone. And you've got this little multitask button here. If you just press that, so everything you're using is open. You can close everything together by pressing delete, or you can just individually swipe up each one that you're not using. So we'll leave that on. Get rid of that player. Radio, a gamma will get rid of. Oops. Just touch the screen. This thing is awesome. Yeah, really fucking awesome actually. You can have the a speedo set in the middle here, so when you're driving along the speedo comes up, or you can have a compass. Heaps of different choices. Really customizable, this thing. I may do a video on that, may not, we'll see. But yeah, it's fucking pretty cool. But I'm not using it at the moment, just till I get used to using this stereo. So we'll leave that. We'll go back to YouTube. Yeah, so this is just signed into my YouTube account. It's pretty cool. You can see it's pretty responsive. We'll play a music video. I'll just find something. I don't know. We'll go for some. I've been listening to Sleep Token a lot lately, so we'll find a Sleep Token video. You can see this is in real time. And this is on my internet at home, which is terrible. My phone internet is a lot quicker than this is. So when you're out and about on your phone, on your 4G, it's even better. I don't know why it's playing so skinny. Maybe it's the music video. Maybe that's not such a good video to do. We'll find something else, hang on. What if we go Slipknot? No, I know what we'll do. We'll go Domination. So get rid of that one. We'll go this one. So yeah, it's obviously just playing the video to the size that it is. This is an old recording, so it's going to be that sort of ratio. But yeah, it's pretty fucking sick, man. I highly recommend it. I've had a a good Kenwood stereo before, a good Sony, 2 good Sonys, because the first one shut itself after about 2 months. So I ended up sending that back, or took it back to Super Cheap, and they sent that back to Sony and had me send out a new one, which I also sold because I just wasn't happy with it. But yeah, this thing is awesome. Alright, my phone was going flat, so I've had to plug it into me little port down here. So that's it really. I just wanted to film that update process, which went pretty smooth. It was a bit slow, but yeah, the internet here is not great, but it's done now. Seems to be worth it. But yeah, that's the new unit. Can't really see it floating there, but it looks really good. I'm used to it now. I wasn't sure how it was going to go looking in there after having the 7-inch, but it's pretty fucking awesome, to be honest. I thought it might have been in the way of the shifter as well and just too bulky, or my knee when I'm driving, but I've not knocked it once. It's not even close to anything. So if you're a really tall guy, I'm only 5'10", 5'8", 5'10", somewhere there, I don't know. You might knock your knee on it there, maybe. I don't know. My son's 6'4", and he sat in here today, and he didn't have any issues. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Highly recommended. Get on it.